Warning: the following show features foul language and crappy opinions said either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, the Riff Report and the producers must insist that no one attempt to repeat any vocabulary or shoot any malort featured on this show.
Welcome to the Riff Report After Hours. The chillest, the funnest, most fun, the hypotheticallyest corner of the internet. We got a little dim for you. We're getting a little more drunk for you. We're going to go ahead and dink it. We're going to sink it. And I hope you're joining us. My headphones fell off. While we record. See, we got a lot of time to get a little goofy with y'all. So I'm gonna let Ryan take over so I can get my throat a break because that was a rough shot. Ryan, what's going on tonight? What do we got?
We got a new little game that we are calling Headstone or Hall of Fame. This is what we're going to be doing. I've got a list of bands who have broken up. Members of the band are still alive, I think, for the most part.
Right.
We're going to talk about, do we think that this band should make a comeback to either go on tour, release a new album, or have they done everything they need to do, and should they just let it rest and leave their legacy alone? So, to start things off, Tyler, I got a banger. We got Fugazi.
Fugazi, dude. I'm walking
Fugazi.
I spent a little
Obviously,
time thinking about this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
What do you
Go ahead and say
thinking?
your piece, and then I'll say my piece. That's fine.
Yeah, say your piece.
This wasn't easy, but I did end up going through listening to the bands, but I ended up picking and making a playlist of each of the bands, like peak most popular songs, and that's how I'm going to be judging these bands tonight. I fucking love Fugazi, dude. Anytime they show up, I'm skanking, I'm two-stepping, I'm dancing a little bit, I'm getting into it. I love these guys. And right now, the song I had chosen, I guess I'm gonna give myself bonus points for this. Waiting Room. Duh. It's a great song. Shows up on all kinds of playlists of mine. If they were to come back, now granted, if they were to come back now, they're older, obviously. You know, maybe they don't have as much energy. Plus, having had a conversation about Fugazi in the past and just kind of straight edge bands in general, this wasn't really like their dedicated one, but I feel like Ian MacKaye is a straight edge guy in general. Yeah, if they were to come back and have this kind of energy, you know, kind of bring this music back, whatever, I'm gonna give them Hall of Fame. I wanna see them again. I wanna see them live. I wanna see them in a local school gymnasium, and I wanna jump through a fucking basketball hoop above the drummer. You know what I mean? I want this to be the same level kind of show, and even outside of that, I want this to be the instruments are right here at eye level to me, you know. And I want to experience the show with everybody, band included, on the same stage. They're not above us. They're not below us. They're on the same level. Dude, we're all just here to have a good time. I'm throwing them in the Hall of Fame. I want to see more Fugazi. That's what I want. I just can't get enough of them. I hope you agree with me too.
I do agree with you to a certain extent. The last album we got from them was in 2001. They've
Right.
put out 6 records in their time,
Yeah.
which is pretty respectable. And I think that if I, well, like you said, the guys are older now. Um, I think I don't even know what Ian Mackay has been doing since this band ended, but he's running Discord records. He's a business guy now. Like, I don't think he's really in the scene. So,
Right.
or in a musical sense.
Hmm.
Um, I think that it would be cool to see a Fugazi tour.
Right.
Um, but I don't necessarily know if I need the band to come back. Um, they
Right.
have they have plenty of work out for you to check out. Like, and they're all great records. Especially Repeater, great album. Like you said, fucking Waiting Room from 13 Songs. 13 Songs was a fucking killer album or EP or whatever
Right.
you want to call it.
Yep.
Title's got it
Right.
listed as a compilation. I don't know why, but yeah, that's my 2 cents. I think it would be great to see them on a tour. However, I'm sure it will be overpriced.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I agree with you, but I don't need any new albums from Fugazi. Just come back, play the bangers for us so that we can have fun. And
Right. That's
you can
exactly what I
ride
was
off into
thinking.
the sunset.
Exactly. Enjoy it. So it was kind of like a mixed bag, but I just want to see him again. That's all. I'm selfish. So
Yeah,
hell yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, if you were to base this off of do we want to see them live again? I'm sure all of these bands we want to see live again.
Right.
But do we need them
Yeah.
to come back to record new music? Maybe not.
Right. All right. That's fair. It's a fair take on it.
Yeah. All right, next up, I'm hitting you with some Sonic Youth.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just start this off by voting them Headstone. I don't think I want to see Sonic Youth put out anything else. I think they've had too much time to kind of figure that out. We've had enough controversies from them, whatever. And if I have to hear My Friend Goo again, and if I have to hear that live, I think I'm gonna shoot my fucking brains out. But right now, what I'm listening to, the inspiration that I have for Sonic Youth is the song Incinerate. A nice kind of chill, strummy song. It's a good one. I like this one. I don't listen to it that often, and I think it's because it's like with My Friend Goo, you know what I mean? It's just I don't but I'm trying to save this one. I'm trying to save the purity of it, you know what I mean? I want to think of Sonic Youth in a good light. I'm hitting them with Headstone though because I don't want to see them release any more music. I don't think we need them in the world anymore. They did their thing. They put their mark on the map. Let's leave it at that. It's about what I think for Sonic Youth.
All right. I agree wholeheartedly. This is a band that's got plenty of stuff out for you to listen to. Um, they broke up a long time ago, for a
Right.
very good reason. Um, there was a married couple within the band. They split up, got a divorce. Things weren't as amicable as it could be. So, it sounds like, based on a little bit of reading that I did previously, the chances of them getting back together ever is pretty fucking slim.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I mean, if they came back, it's the same thing as Fugazi. I think it would be overpriced. It would be done terribly, and it's a bunch of old people playing punk rock. Nobody
Right.
really needs that.
We'll
You know what I
see
mean?
that exactly.
No, no.
Right.
So I agree with you. Fucking throw them on the headstone. It's done, and that's fine with me. They put out great music. I'll continue listening to their music, um,
Exactly.
and go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
This one This next one, I'll be interested to hear
I'm
what you
probably gonna
think
really surprise you on this next one.
about
Just saying.
the White Stripes.
Hey man, if you don't like Jack White, you can get the fuck out of my bar, all
Get the
right?
fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. But for real though, if you don't like Jack White, then you can get the fuck out of here. You can stop listening right now because I love Jack White. I really do. I love the
Me
White
too.
Stripes. I love the Michigan Made. You know, his respect for the building process of songwriting, of fidelity, sound quality. He's kind of a weirdo, but I guess in a decent enough way. You know what I mean? Like I can't give up on Jack White. I won't. You know what I mean? I ride.
Yeah.
Dude, I ride for Jack White. All right. Um the song I'm listening to right now is Rag and Bone from Icky Thump. A little bit of a later release for
Okay.
the White Stripes. So honestly, I thought it was a really good
Their
album.
last release.
I yeah, right. Now I did have Get Behind Me Satan and D Style on CD, two great fucking albums.
Yep.
I did like White Blood Cells. I liked everything by the White Stripes. They did not have a single bad release. Two
Yeah.
talented musicians went about their marketing in a weird way. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm trying to think on Icky Thump. It also had Conquest, one of my absolute favorite songs. Me and Kat do our little flamenco fucking do a little dance when we listen to it. It's super cute. I think that was like one of the first like things that we connected on was that song. Just so good. But my vote for the White Stripes, Headstone. I don't think that we need to bring back the White Stripes for two reasons. Um, it didn't seem like they had enough albums. What, 5 albums together? One, two, three, four. Yeah, 5 albums together. A great run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I know they had their little falling out, whatever, divorce, all that. Kind of the same deal of what we were just dealing with Sonic Youth. And I don't think Meg wants to reconnect with Jack at all. Um, but I was actually I did this for a reason, and I voted this way for a reason. I was listening to some of Jack's like solo stuff that, and one of his more recent releases. I think it was his most recent release. Um, he's putting out the same fucking music. Like, if you like the White Stripes, just literally listen to Jack White, and you'll get the same fucking music. Like, that's his style of music. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna put him on Headstone because, like, as cool as it would be to see them come back or whatever, I feel like he'll probably end up pulling out a song or two from his White Stripes era, and I can see it live. I'm not heartbroken that they're broken up, that they're not putting out new music. I don't need it. You know what I mean? We've had enough. That's fine. I'm gonna respect their legacy, and I hope they do too. So I'm gonna leave them
Yeah.
on the Headstone. Just it's fine. We're good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Was that as surprising as I
Uh
thought?
not necessarily. I
Mm,
because I agree with you. I was a big White Stripes fan too. I agree with you. They don't have a bad release. Um I was doing a lot of reading leading up to this about all these bands, to be honest with you, because I had to make sure that all my information was correct about everything.
right.
But it did seem like after the divorce, they were pretty amicable because they released Icky Thumb after the divorce, I believe.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, they and from what I read, Jack's wife after Meg, um,
Hmm.
when they met during the recording of one of their music videos from that album, um, Meg had encouraged Jack to marry this woman.
Okay.
So
Well,
it sounded
going
like
back and
they were
looking, they
friends.
divorced in 2000, so they had the next three
Oh,
releases: White Blood Cells, Get Behind
all
Me,
yeah.
Satan, and Icky Thump, all after the divorce. So
They had
they,
their most popular releases following the divorce.
yes,
So
exactly.
yeah.
Right.
That yeah, it seems like they've stayed amicable. From what I read, though, the reason why they broke up is that Meg White was never destined for the spotlight. She was a very shy person, didn't really like the
Right.
attention,
Yeah.
and felt very drained from all of the constant activity with the band.
Right.
I'm sure after all this time, she's probably not good at drums anymore. Um, it's debatable whether she ever really was. She did the job.
Right.
Um, but I agree with you. Jack White's putting out perfect music on his own. And
Yeah.
I disagree with you that it sounds just like the White Stripes. I think it sounds better than the White Stripes.
Oh.
He's surrounded
Okay.
by he's surrounded by professional musicians to go along with this rather than
Right.
his wife that he met and
Uh-huh.
convinced to learn how to play drums, so they could play music together.
Right.
So
Okay.
I agree. Throw it on the
All right.
headstone. Let him let that legacy live on, and don't do anything to ruin that. Jack
Exactly.
White's doing just fine on his own.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. All right. Seems like we got some
So
good yeah.
we're on the same
We
page,
got some
dude.
synergy going, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Sick.
somewhat rare on this show. We don't
That's
tend
what
to
I'm saying.
agree um
Right.
quite like this.
Exactly.
All right, this next band, little contentious for the topic, considering that this band still does make some appearances,
Right.
but has been very clear that they will not be working together on any new music, and
New
that is
releases, right.
Slayer.
All right. Headstone. Just coming out the gate with that. I'm pissed because the first chance I was gonna get to see them was at Louder Than Life 2 years ago. That day was canceled because of rain. So I missed out on them. And then last year, we're like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get back together again. You know, allegedly that 2024 was gonna be the last time. They had Aftershock and they had Louder Than Life, and then that was gonna be it. But then, because we missed out on them, they're like, we're gonna do it again next year at Louder Than Life, and then announced several other fucking shows, and now are announcing even more fucking shows, from what I understand. Um,
Yeah.
so like how important was it? You know what I mean? How special was that going to be? Um, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
lay it down, guys. Just fucking let Carrie do his fucking thing with his solo shit. You know what I mean? You've already taken away, excuse me, any sort of specialness of that, you know. It just, I don't know, like I feel like they're beating a dead horse, and it's starting to be like a Kiss situation where, and kind of like Ozzy, you know, the No More Tours thing. He had like 3 runs of that. Fucking Megadeth, you know, announced that they were gonna be done, and then 6 months later, we're like, don't cut us out yet, guys. Like, we'll probably play some more tours. That was my best
Yeah.
Dave Mustaine fucking impersonation. I think I did pretty good. And you know, with this, like it would have been sweet if you guys just played your fucking shows, did your, you know, your revisitation for Louder Than Life last year, and ended it on that. Um, but now it just kind of, it's dragging a little bit, and I'm not as I'm pissed. I'm pissed on both ends. I'm pissed that I missed them, and I'm pissed that they keep fucking playing shows, and I can't afford those fucking shows. Like,
Yeah.
once again, I'll say this: it's me being selfish, but just fucking just call it a day, guys. Like, you had a good run. You're fucking trying to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Rain and Blood. That's long enough. Like, maybe after this, fucking end it. Respect your guys' legacy. Let Carrie do his fucking thing with his band. Just call it a day, guys. Just call it a rest. I don't want to see any more music from you guys. I don't want to see any more tours from you guys. No more shows. Just end it. Just fucking come on. Rain in blood,
Yeah.
guys. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah, I am on board. They've put out 12 albums in their time. That is more than enough content for you. Some of it is better than others. The last album we got from them was in 2015, Repentless. It was a good album.
Yeah.
But I don't need a follow-up from that. It's like 11 years later, we're good.
Right.
We don't need any more.
We're fine.
I would love to see them live, but like you said, pretty much all they're doing is headlining festivals that I can't afford to go to. So it doesn't
Right.
really do me much good. So I'd say I agree with you. Hang it up, call it a day. You guys had a great discography. You had a great career. Just be done with it.
Just be done.
I think.
You know what I mean?
I think all the members have the ability to go work with other people and put out other music,
Yeah.
which they've done. So, yeah, fucking, I'm good with it. Headstone.
Hell yeah. Sick.
There's a lot of bands that we don't feel the need to hear music from.
Well, and let me go ahead and just end on one little other note is if Slayer continues touring, or not even necessarily touring, but showcasing themselves on these festivals and everything, that's pulling away from other bands that could be headlining. You know what I mean? That honestly, I'm not saying deserve it more, but probably deserve it more. You know what I mean? We're at a time, you know, with the internet, with the age of convenience, with digital releases and everything, you know, all these newer fans can still listen to these older bands, but like, can we please make some room for other bands like Bring Me the Horizon? You know what I mean? They've been around for a while, fair, 20 years, count your blessing, all that, whatever. But let's make room for the Bring Me the Horizons, for, you know, I am drunk enough that I can't think of any of their bands, but let's use that as the example. Let's bring in that space. Let's open that up for these younger bands to start headlining, to start making some more money, to start really celebrating their successes, cuz you've already beat this fucking dead horse. Like, let's make some room. You guys are old, retire, call it a day. Get the fuck out of
Right.
here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my last little bit.
Fair enough with Furnace Fest. You know, you got A Day to Remember headlining, and
Yeah.
you got Bring Me the Horizon headlining.
That's great. You know what I mean?
Both bands are pretty old if you think about it. So
Exactly.
the fact that they're, you know, finally getting to be, you know, festival headliners.
Right.
Like, yeah, I agree. Fucking, you're done, Slayer. We're done with you.
Yeah. Out of here. Done.
I think the tides are going to change here on this next one. But we're changing up the style too. Getting extreme with shit. We're going Every Time I Die. I already know your answer.
You do, but the longer this episode goes along, I'm thinking about changing my answer.
Ooh.
And I think I'm going to do it here live today on After Hours. And I'm going to showcase this in the description for anybody who's listened to all of our releases and have heard me celebrate these guys. I love Every Time I Die. I love everything about them. I love their music. I love their vibes. Everything I've heard from Every Time I Die, I just want more and more of. But today, on the Riff Report, I'm going to sit here and look every single one of you in the eye. And maybe I regret this when I'm sober tomorrow. I'm putting them on Headstone.
Damn.
I am. And I'm going to explain. The amount of love that I have for them is for a reason. I think they're all talented individuals. I love Keith's vocals. That's the reason why I got in Every Time I Die. I've always thought that he's had such a unique vocal style, lyrical songwriting style. I think his brother Jordan is a great guitarist. I miss Andy so much. And then everybody else, I don't know their names, but I think they had a good run. And this is my closure right now. You guys are getting a very emotional moment from Tyler on the Riff Report. They had a great run. They had so many great albums. Now we've got Better Lovers with everybody else from Every Time I Die. We've got Many Eyes featuring Keith Buckley. I think that's fine. I think after everything that they went through, as much as I would love to see more Every Time I Die releases, if this is how we're kind of judging it, I think what they had was good enough. I think we can move on, all of us, and me especially, and we can allow them to enjoy their own respective bands. We can let Keith go ahead and do all kinds of features with the Barbarians. I think he's having the best time. He's living his best life now. He's not held back by family. I think Jordan can do his shit. They can go out and find a new vocalist for Better Lovers if they do. If they don't, maybe Jordan makes a new band with everybody. That's fine. You know how I am about that kind of shit. You guys got a lot of great releases. You got a couple great releases. You know what I mean? But once you start getting rid of integral members like Greg Puciato, I think he was a perfect vocalist for you guys. If you're going to go out and find somebody new, maybe make a new band. You know what I mean? Maybe do some different
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
But that's what I'm voting today is Headstone for Every Time I Die. Let them die.
Damn, you
Let
done
them be different.
surprised me.
I did. I knew I would. I really knew I
You
would.
done surprised me.
Yep.
All right. Well, my 2 cents is, um, I can see your point, and I the last record that we got from Every Time I Die was 2021.
Yep.
So
Rituals.
not that, not not that radicals.
Radicals. That's what it is. Yeah. Yep. Different R
Um,
word.
yeah. Uh, so we're not too far removed from that album.
Right.
I
Yeah.
I like what they're doing right now. I like Better Lovers, Many Eyes, great. Um, I say continue doing that. If things become amicable in the future, maybe 5 years down the
Don't do that
line,
to me.
maybe
Don't do
4
that to me,
years down the
Ryan.
line,
Don't make me change my my answer, dude. Don't give me that hypothetical. All right.
I say
That'd
make
be
a new
so
record,
cool.
dude.
Yeah. I.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that to me, Ryan. Don't give me that
I
hope.
don't
All right. I've had my
I don't
closure
want
tonight.
I don't want I don't want Every Time I Die to come back as as a band again
Right.
and put out multiple releases and go on tour constantly and shit like that.
Yeah.
But down the line, if the opportunity presents itself, I would gladly take an Every Time I Die release and a tour based
Yeah.
off of it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
give everybody the closure needed.
Exactly. Because things kind of felt like, I'm not gonna say off, but it felt like, you know what I mean? Just kind of felt like they could have had another good release out of them. You know what I mean? And
It ended
especially like I said,
abruptly.
right, exactly. It just it felt like that, and to have, family attached, like things go on, and I'm not trying to like put stuff out there, but I kind of feel like that's what's going on is Jordan's trying to prove what he can do without Keith. Keith it felt betrayed, from Jordan firing him and finding a new vocalist and making a new band and not including him in on that. It felt abrupt, and we could have gotten another great release. And then maybe then it could have either been the end or things could have continued. But yeah, in a perfect world, in my dream world, another Every Time I Die release would be fucking Boner City, dude. But with where things are standing now, I think we're fine. I'm going to admit that. I'm going to accept that. I'm going to let my
Yeah.
heart rest on that. It's fine, But if they work it through and they're like, "Hey y'all, we're back together for one more fucking, little headlining tour or whatever, one more album, couple new singles, honestly, like an EP at least, just something. I would love that. I really would. I won't discredit that. I won't turn my back on that, but I've made my peace. You know what I mean? It's been 5 fucking years since Radicals. I've got more than enough to listen to. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sticking with my vote, Headstone. They had a good legacy. Just let it die every time.
Yeah. You know what would be really cool actually is if we could get like a collaborative single from Better Lovers and Many Eyes.
That would be
That'd be
sick.
sick.
That would be really cool. And you know what I
That'd
mean?
be dope.
It would show respect. It would allow everyone to be like, "Hey, we're still doing our own thing, but
Right.
let's get back together real quick." That
But
would
we don't hate
honestly,
each other.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
better, but it would be really cool to see for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, fucking Headstone or Hall of Fame.
There it
We
is.
we are
No.
mixed on this, but we're fine if they let it rest.
Yeah.
Next up, I am interested to hear your take because I don't know if we've ever talked about this band together. But
Very lightly. Very,
yeah, very
very
lightly.
lightly.
I'm hitting you with the Finnish band Him. And I will
So
start
I'm
I'll
gonna.
start this off
Oh,
by
here's.
saying
Yeah.
I have seen recently that their singer has done an interview where he's talked about the hopefulness to potentially get back together as a band. So
Okay.
this is possible reality. But I want to
Gotcha.
know whether you agree with it or not.
Okay. So having not had a lot of experience listening to him ever since, like, so I was into Jackass and Bam's Viva La Bam, and I
Yep.
always knew that Bam and him went hand in hand. You know what I mean? He had his Element releases with the Heartagram. I've heard their songs, I've heard their singles. I'll say that. I've heard their more popular stuff, but I never really got into him. Now, you know me at this point. We've known each other for several years now. Um,
Yep.
I kind of like that goth rock feel. You know what I mean? That
Yep.
fucking I'm into that kind of shit. Him? They're not included in that. I never explored them, even being that kind of guy, you know? Um, I've got 2 songs playing on this playlist, Join Me in Death and Wings of a Butterfly. 2 of their
All right.
all-time songs, you know what I mean? Um, I didn't really see the love for them. I don't hate them, but I didn't personally think that they were good enough to be, I don't know, so loved, I just never understood it. Once again, not
Yeah.
discrediting them, I'm putting them on Headstone. I think they had a good run. I think they had that kind of attachment, like I said, with Bam and everything, him giving them a lot of views here in the West. But I think they could just let it set where it's at. Not necessarily let it die, but I think him's fine where they're at. You know what I mean? We don't need more from them. Ville can go do something else, do some new
Yeah.
vocals, write some new songs, find a new band. I don't think we need to get more of him. That's just my 2 cents. So I'm putting them on a Headstone.
All right, man. I respect it. I did get into them quite a bit.
Right. Yeah.
Their first album, Greatest Love Songs, Volume 666, great. Their song Your Sweet 666 was a fucking jam of mine. They got a sweet cover of Wicked Game on that record, which is like my favorite version of that song. They also did a cover of Don't Fear the Reaper on there, which was really good. Razor Blade Romance from 2000. Iconic record. I have it on vinyl. I spin it from time to time. I love it.
Oh yeah.
From start to finish for the most part. Uh, they have, let's see, two, four, six, eight records. Um, Respectable amount. I am not gonna lie. I dropped off after Dark
Mhm.
Light. So,
Right.
so I will say I went back and I listened to some of their later stuff um leading up to this, and
Mhm.
I think it is weaker than their early stuff. So for that reason, I will say I don't need new him. Um
Oh, okay.
I would be interested in seeing them live. So if you want to go on
Right.
tour here in the States, um I'll probably go. Um but yeah, I don't need new stuff. I've got everything that I need from them.
Right. Oh yeah. We're letting out enough tonight, dude. We're coming to terms with certain bands and releases and shit. And I'm proud of both of
Right.
us, all right? Just want to let you know
Yeah.
that. Like I'm proud of you, dude. I really am. So,
Yeah. We're so grown
hell
up.
yeah. Right. Fucking
Uh,
we're getting older, man. We're right. So mature now. Hell yeah. Sick.
Well,
That's
I got
awesome.
one more band for you because we're hitting at about the right time for this after hours.
Sweet spot.
Don't
Right.
I don't want to draw you guys along any longer. Also, it's getting late for us. But
Yeah.
the last band I got for you, stoner rock legends, Caius.
All right. I have to admit, I'm not an extensive Caius fan, but I've got enough. You know what I mean? I've listened to them enough to, I think, make a fair enough take on Caius. Um, I'm gonna put them under Hall of Fame. I want to see Caius come back for one solid release. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't want to see any more. I know Josh has got more than enough going on with Queens, which honestly, if I can just throw them out there, let's just put them under Headstone right now. They've had enough. You know what I mean? They're a great
Yeah.
band,
Yeah.
but now they're doing a lot of weird shit. But that's also my
Yeah.
segue is with some of this weird shit. Maybe we bring back Caius, and granted, they had their issues. Josh sued the band. They had their little legal disputes and whatever. So that's probably never going to happen. But if they could come back amicably and just figure something out and just be fucking adults like we are tonight and just do
Yeah.
one more, I think that'd be solid. But that's it. I don't want to see any more from them.
Yeah.
They also had a good run. Maybe see these old guys do a fucking desert show, a desert jam again. Just get out there, invite a bunch of people, maybe do an inspiration Burning Man. You know what I mean? They do their own festival. Caius headlines, as the OG Caius.
Yeah.
Um, let's all do a bunch of drugs. Let's go out in the middle of the fucking desert and just have one last fucking hurrah. And then years after that, we could have other bands show up. You know what I mean? Some more desert rock, some more sludge, some more garage rock sort of things that fall within this vein. And they could set up the dopest fucking legacy ever. I think that'd be sweet. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and then Josh could stop focusing on his catacomb tours and doing weird dances. And then that would be fine. You know what I mean? But I would like to. The song that I'm listening to, and I've missed a couple of these leading up to it, but I'm listening to Green Machine right now, and it's just got such a chug. It's got a great rhythm
Yeah.
to it. It just drives, and I love that. I just, you know what I mean? If they could revisit it, being older, more like set in like I'm not gonna say more talented, but like now that Josh had time to kind of craft his musicianship, everyone
Yeah.
else hopefully still playing. I'd like to see what they do with Caius now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. So I want to give them
Right.
Hall of Fame tonight just to kind of see what else they could do. You know? That's where I'm at.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm on board. I knew that this was going to be the one where we've given everybody their rest. These guys have
Right.
unfinished business.
Right.
Um, they've only put out 4 records
Yeah.
before they broke up. So that's just not enough for me. Like what they did do is super quality. It's great work.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but like I uh I would also like to see one last m- modern album from Caius. Um, and whether or not they tour on that, I don't give a flying fuck. I just want one
Right.
new age Caius record, which the funny thing is so yeah, they did go through that whole issue where Josh sued them for using the Caius name
Right.
without him. And but that was back in 2012.
Right.
Um, apparently, according to their Wikipedia, in 2020, Josh did state that he was open to the possibility of participating in a Caius reunion. Um, but it is also stated that in 2021, um, Brant Bjork stated that he had reached out to Josh in regards to the comments that he made about the possibility of a reunion, and he didn't feel very confident about it due to lack of communication from Josh.
Gotcha.
So I think it's not likely that it'll happen. I would
Right.
also question, what would come out of it, because I think that if we're talking about Josh Homme and Queens of the Stone Age, um, fucking back, like let's just say maybe even like in the era vulgaris stage in 2007, I think
Right.
there could be some good shit that came out of that. Now, Queens of the Stone Age is a totally different animal,
Yeah.
and I don't know that Josh is really interested in playing this kind of music anymore.
Right.
So I don't know that whatever would come out of that would even be good or even come off as genuine.
Right.
And while I would like to complain that the recording quality of all of Caius's releases are pretty low, I
Right.
think that plays to the allure and the like authenticity of the music. If we got
Yeah.
something now, it would be clean and nicely produced and loud,
Right.
which would be nice, but
But it wouldn't
might not
capture
be
the
this
essence that Caius gave us, you know? Right.
right. I
Yeah,
don't think it'd
I
be the
I see
same.
that. Exactly. Right. So,
But
or maybe Josh is so good at production now that he can perfectly craft that sound again and be like, "Hey
they
guys,
could.
not necessarily he's
They c
sorry, but like let's be adults about this. Let's
yeah.
fucking rip some shit,
Now,
you know what I mean?"
if they wanted to put something out that was a little bit nicer, but still had the like lo-fi nuances, they could.
Right. Yeah.
Um, you can use nice professional equipment, still dumb it down, um,
Exactly.
or
Right.
add that fuzz to it.
Simplify it, add the exactly, right. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, because I
So
still get Caius like nuances out of even newer Queens of the Stone Age. You know what I mean? That's kind of always been Josh's thing. You know,
yeah,
semi lo-fi, sort of
right.
fuzzy, like he
That
still had
fuzzy
that. I
shit.
know he's
Yeah,
still holding on to it a little bit, you know, but
yeah,
I get it, you know. So,
yeah. Well, I agree with you that I would like to see them get back together, put out a new release, call it a day
Right.
if we can. If not, I won't be upset because it hasn't happened
Right.
yet. So that is what it is. But yeah, I would love to see it if I could.
Okay. Sick.
So hell yeah.
All right. So you're agreeing
Well,
with me? Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
All right. Sick.
Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So yeah, to recapture Fugazi, both of us think it would be cool to see them live again.
Yep.
Do we need a new record? I don't know. We'll call them semi Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
Sonic Youth, Let It Die, White Stripes,
Get
you
it out
guys
of
did
here.
your job.
Yep.
Jack White, keep on doing your thing.
Yep.
Slayer, please stop fucking playing shows and just fucking go to bed.
Right.
Every time I die, we'll see what the future holds for us.
Right.
If you're
Yeah.
done, that's fine. If you're not, we will gladly welcome you with open arms. Him,
Right.
you guys can also chill it out. You're done.
Yep.
And Caius, come back to us, please.
Please.
Come
Please.
back.
Please. Right.
Come
We'd
to
love it.
daddy.
Come on. Right. Get in your home, in my ears, please. Shit.
um, well, that's all we got for today because it's been a long enough episode. I do have another set of bands that we'll save for the future, so you'll have to keep an eye out for those. But for
Yes.
now, we're gonna go to bed. So I'm gonna ask you again, like I do all the time, please show the love, show your support, and follow us on all our things, which is Instagram at the Riff.report. YouTube, the most important one, at the Riff Report News, where we're putting out new episodes every Wednesday morning for your regular news and new releases. And then every Friday night at 6 p.m. for after hours, where we're doing shit like this. Um, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, please like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell icon so you get notified when we post new episodes every week. And I forget to plug this sometimes, but we are on Tidal. We post playlists from time to time. I've actually started a new thing where every week I always put all of our tracks and albums and new releases in a playlist. I have since deleted all of those every week so that I can make way for a new playlist. I'm now dating them and leaving them so you can come back and listen to
Nice.
those new tracks.
Hell yeah.
So,
Sick.
so yeah, fucking be our friend, help us out, share this with a friend, like our shit. Let's party.
Yeah.
But for now, stay loud, stay angry. We'll catch you in the pit.